All right, kids, welcome back to Energy Boom 101. We are live from Boom U, greatest college in the nation, in some ways or another. Soon to be expert world-class energy university. I don't even know what today is. Hang on. Here comes the Wall Street. Anyway, this is Energy Boom 101. We're live from Boom U, and that is the Boom train you're hearing in the background. And if you're lucky, you'll hear the bells of Boom U. Pretty soon we'll have a hat trick. But today is, check this out, kids. Wall Street Journal, the lovely Wall Street Journal. It is Monday, January 27th, 2014, year of our Lord. Speaking of lords, we need to tell you what happened today on Wall Street because there is a full-blown marijuana mania going on, which is why it's now really easy to say that the energy boom that's going on in the United States appears to have two very significant pillars. One is the crude oil we've talked about quite a bit, and we'll follow that from Osage exploration to Exxon. That's going to be our slogan, one of about 50 slogans. And then the other pillar, of course, is cannabis, which is just going nuts today. Here are three stocks that we follow here at the Energy Boom 101, here at the Barrel. You got CBIS, which is Cannabis Science, up 33% today, by the way, folks. That's today. MJNA, we call that Medi Mary. Pretty clever, isn't it? Medi Mary, up 29% today. FOT, they are Grow Life, the shovel and pick boys of the industry, up 10% today. Now, here's what these stocks started the year at. CBIS, 6 cents. PHOT, 20 cents. MJNA, 15 cents. They're far above that now. And by the way, the year started 24 days ago. So in less than a month, most of these companies have come close to tripling. So what's going on? Well, it's a brand new sector to Wall Street, and it's a mania right now as the market attempts to take shape and understand it. And all we want to really do is just follow it for about a year. Now, I'd like to see Boom U's finance school maybe pick up some of these cannabis stocks and look upon it as a very small price to pay for tuition. But we'll see what happens there. Michael Price hasn't called me yet, and I doubt he will. But anyway, this is a really fun special episode because today feels like the day where crude and cannabis have finally arrived as the confluence that we knew would happen on Wall Street. We're going to just look through this Wall Street Journal, and you're going to see some lovely stories, and all we're going to do is connect the dot. By the way, we're only 2.5 minutes into this thing, so bear with me, kids, because I got you for another 10 minutes easy as we give you a little night shot of Boom U, but more importantly, we bring you down to the Wall Street Journal. First thing we want to tell you is that, yes, today the market settled and these stocks were up a huge amount, and so just start following them. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to follow them by reading the Wall Street Journal and the Daily Oklahoman, and what we want to do is, as best we can, keep a nice, simple, broad scope on the energy boom that's happening in the United States by following the Wall Street Journal. Let me do a little spin around here and get some good light for you here. See if we can't create a good background shot. That's a good background shot. So all we're going to do is go through here and look for any articles on crude oil, it really means energy, or cannabis. And we're just going to connect the dots as best we can, which is really sort of absurd, but that's okay because, oh, shit. You know what that is. You know what's going to happen. God damn, they turned the volume up. Bourne must know that I'm doing that. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to keep going because this is not disrespecting the bells of Boom U at all, my friend. This is integrating. You are integrating the bells of Boom U, but get ready. Here comes 8. There's 1, by the way. 2. Anyways, you know where it's going to go. It's going to go to 8. So let's just look at this. First article. The pressure on Ukraine. The Ukraine, I think you're aware of that. It's a country. Pressure on Ukraine leader mounts as protests intensify. Now, what does that got to do with energy? Well, Ukraine right now is in the middle of a tug-of-war between the East and the West, and old Vladipoo, that rascal, is trying to get them to come back to the Russian side of things. Oh, shit, you don't interrupt that. Well, you just let it sort of work in the background. Anyway, look at the global map, find the Ukraine, and realize that there's a tug-of-war between them and the West, and it's basically based on energy consumption and a few other things. But it's going on right now, and that's a big part of the oil game. So what do you think of that? We're done there. Now, we're moving fast here. We're going crazy because, you kids got to wrap things up. Oh, look at this. Page 2. As the bells boom, we go to page 2, which is Parents Press for Pot-Based Remedy. So, wow, there's an article in here about how the parents are pressing for pot-based remedy. That was almost alliteration. Now, there's an article about marijuana, and it appears to be positive, and we're not going to read it because you're going to have to read it. Because Rupert Murdoch's giving me a cutback every time I sell another Wall Street Journal, which isn't true, of course, but it's absurd, and that's what we like to do here. So, parents press for pot-based remedy. Great. Okay, so now you know there's marijuana articles all over the Wall Street Journal, and I apologize for the camera moving quite a bit. That's just what's going to happen as I grab for the paper. Let's see what else we got in here. In the Wall Street Journal. German youth, nah, nothing there. Let's go to, you know what, let's go to the guts of the paper, which fell out as we were hearing the bells of Boom U. Let's see, here's some things here. The nurse will see you now. Women life, nah. We don't have a whole lot of, we're not finding energy there or marijuana, but we will, I can assure you. And we're going to work on this, on this camera thing. By the way, I can't resist this shot right here. You son of a bitch. Towns fret as bikini baristas draw crowds. This is a shot of Java Jugs. By the way, in the state of Washington, who would guess that? Anyway, if coffee's going to be alive, it's going to be in the state of Washington. And if humans are going to be alive, they're going to want sex with it. So there you go. Connecting the dots. And it has nothing to do with Wall Street, but who cares? Let's see. What's the next article in here in the lovely Wall Street Journal as you gaze upon the development of Boom U in progress. Egypt changes election plans. That's probably interesting. Civilian, nah, nothing there. How about tied to Lynn? Nah, so far, nothing else. You just keep looking at the glorious Boom U, and I'll keep talking about energy, and we'll keep connecting dots between crude oil and cannabis, and see if we can't learn a little bit. Let's see, here's a huge ad for Don't Fumble with Nanny Taxes. Gee, I guess that would be targeting pretty rich folks that don't want to have to worry about doing their taxes unless they use TurboTax or something like that. Nothing wrong with that. In Austria, museum axe to shed. Nah, Ukraine intensifies, we know about that. Hey, here's a great thing in the paper. And it's an advertisement, look at this. The printing presses that print America's newspapers are powered by what? A, natural coal, B, no, I'm sorry, natural coal, that's good. A, coal, B, natural gas, C, nuclear, D, wind, E, all of the above. You know, I don't know, I'd guess all the above. Of course, I've also already read this. By the way, it's colder than shit out here, so I may end up cutting this thing short. But check this out. Next page, you get the answer, of course. Everyone knows that. And the answer is that it's pretty much all the above. And guess who brought you this? ExxonMobil. Folks, you're going to be amazed about something. ExxonMobil's advertisements will teach you more about the energy boom than damn near anything else. And we'll explain why later if I can ever come up with a good reason. But seriously, folks, we're moving on here. And the next thing in the paper, is there anything about energy or oil? Nope, so let's move on a little further here. Oh, by the way, the New York Times here. We decided to grab them today. And lo and behold, front page. The New York Times is an article about cannabis. So there you go. No need to keep that around. But we'll get back to the gray lady. I think that's what they call the New York Times. Let's see. Money and investing. This is a pretty good section. You can find some fun stuff here. Let's see. So far, I don't see anything on energy or cannabis, but I can assure you we will find more. As we continue to follow this unfolding story. Apparently there's a big energy boom going on in the United States. It involves crude oil, natural gas liquids, liquefied natural gas, and cannabis, and many cannabinoid compounds. I sort of like to dig into this section, because this will show you the big percentage movers of the day, which, by the way, is not here, so that shows you what I know, which is absolutely nothing. So let's move on, because so far I'm not seeing a whole lot of crude oil and cannabis in this section. H&R Block, Standard Charter, Platinum. Oh, shit! Look at this. Kaboom! Pipeline opens and oil prices surge. And guess what? This is Wall Street Journal. And guess what that is, you wicked mofos? That is Cushing, Oklahoma, baby. And it's wicked as shit, and you need to go check it out. There, man, we are rolling in the dough today. I have to switch hands because my left hand is now frozen because it's about 12 degrees out here at Boom U. But you know what? You guys are asking for this story, and here at Energy Boom 101, we're digging. We're digging deep in it. Now, let's see if there's anything left. Steel, yeah, here's a big thing. Steel imports into U.S. surge. Well, that plays in energy somehow, but we're not worried about it. We can't keep up with everything. Let's see if there's anything really direct in here. Something about AT&T, God bless them. FAA, Coke's employees, Walmart, yeah, whatever. Let's go. Come on now. Give me something else. We've got a full day around here. In music, Procter & Gamble. The Oscars were last night. Sounded like that was a fun time for all. Let's see here. Oh, look at this! Some companies think about opening a plant in the United States. Now, why would they do that? Because we're going to sell them natural gas for a third of the price of what they're buying it for. There's a little energy connection for you. Let's see. Anything else big happening in here? Not really. But I would say for a Monday, I'd say for a Monday, that's a pretty good score on connecting crude oil and cannabis. We found some front page articles in the New York Times. We found a article in the Wall Street Journal. A couple of them about cannabis and a couple of them about crude oil. We know for a fact that at the end of today's trading, these stocks surged incredibly, and they've been surging this way for the last 24 days. It could end tomorrow. It could end in 3 years. Who knows? But clearly this is a brand new industry, and that's the marijuana industry as it is budding on Wall Street. Could not resist that little one there, kids. We, once again, at 11 minutes into the hour, want to simply try and tell you the story of the energy boom as it happens, right here from Boom U, which we think will be a key playa in the energy game. And we think that energy boom, it really has two pillars. One is crude oil, one is cannabis. We want to try and track it as it happens. We want to see if in the end we can learn grand and deep things about the human condition, and maybe even invest and trade and get wealthy. Who knows? No one understands the game that's afoot, but we're trying to tell it here at the Transparent Barrel headquarters, and we're going to sign off now. It's about 12 minutes into it, so most of you have been asleep for 10 minutes. But that's it for today's episode. 3, 2, 1, boom.